My name is Uriel, and what I would like to do tonight is share with you an insight I had about 5 years ago, and well, changed my life. So I thought maybe share with others. But first, I would like to ask for your help. If you recognize what this is. Anyone knows what it is? It's a? What? It's a brain. Okay. It's called the comfort zone. Write it down so you remember. It's a little bit small, but we'll have to live with it. Comfort zone, in just a few words, is, well, what's comfortable for us to do. You want a glass of water, you don't think about it. Here in Berlin, if you want to ride a bicycle, since you're 3, you're okay. In Israel, I started when I was 6. But this is what's comfortable for us to do. It's easy going. Now, does anyone knows what this is?
X chromosome.
X chromosome. Close. Anyone? No. Does anybody remember what the X marks for in the treasure island?
Treasure.
Exactly. The X marks what the treasure, our dream, what we want. Now, the thing is with one thing, is that we always do it. As long as we live, we will always want something. Even when we achieve something, we just want the next thing. Some things, like glass of water, riding bicycle, are here, no problem. In our comfort zone, we're just going to do it. Some things we want a little bit, they're a little bit harder. There's somewhere around the edge of the comfort zone, or maybe here. We have to work a little bit, sweat a little bit, but we're okay. We believe we can do it. And then there are the things that we really want. Those things that we want since we're kids usually, teenager, and most of us get it maybe when they're 60. Sucks. So, the thing is with one thing is that when we start wanting something really for a long time, we start getting kind of stressy emotions, like confusion, frustration, angry with ourselves for not reaching it yet, jealous from someone that does get what he wants, or maybe the very same thing that we wanted. Not much fun. Well, and that's all those circle of emotions. You can add whatever you want to it, hatred or any bad emotion. It all comes from one single fear. Fear of change. Or maybe I say fear of the unknown. The reason I say the fear of change is because when we want something, it's obviously we don't have it. Then something must change. In us, outside of us, something. Well, and that leads us to the unknown, and the unknown is most basic fear known to man. I don't know if you knew that before, but it is. So we have one fear of the unknown. There's a problem with this fear. Let's say when someone is scared of spiders. As long as there's no spiders around, there's no problem, right? Okay, let's see if you're awake, right? Come on. Thanks. There's a problem with the fear of the unknown. And the problem is, maybe does anybody know what's the only constant thing in our life? That happens one time and that's it. Happens all the time, no matter what we think, believe, do, before we were born, after we die. Breathing, after we die, it stops.
Yeah, we said what is constant.
Yeah, but it got nothing to do with us. It happens all the time. It's constant. It got nothing to do with actually us.
Hey.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Change is the only constant thing. Now the thing is that if change happens all the time, that means we always move into the unknown. And if we're scared of the unknown, that means that we live in constant fear our entire lives. I hope you got it. Because when I got it when I was 12, I decided to do something about it. And this is what I did for the past 20 years. And for that, I would like to share it with you. So I would like you to pick an area in your head, an area, a field, something you touch, observe, did in your life, maybe even do today, like these days. Everyone has something? It's for you guys. I just want to, yes? Good. Now, answer these questions to yourself. If you want to say later, share, ask, please do. Do you know about this area more than you did 10 years ago? Okay. Another question, if you would come to a situation in this area, would you know how to handle it and manage it better? Would you have more experience? Yes? If anybody has no, please raise their hand. It's like crucial.
You mean area like Berlin or?
Sorry, I should have explained it. It could be relationship, it could be money, job, something very general, or something more specific. If you're an artist, your area, of course. If you don't play the piano, don't think about it. But yeah, everybody has a yes. If somebody has a no, please tell me. No? Oh, okay, cool. So, we know more than we did 10 years ago, yes? Yes. So that means we actually became better. We become better with time, yes? Okay, yeah, I say no. The thing is, a lot of people tell me no, because they fail at that area at this specific time. Success and failure got nothing to do with how much you know. You can be the best, the specialist in this area, and you'll fail in some point. Maybe less, but you will fail. Success and failure got nothing to do with how much you know, but you know more. You know failure, better. So you have better experience how to handle with failure. That's better than a 5-year-old. Trust me, they're scared to death. Okay. So we know more. We became better. Yes? Yes, good. And the only thing that we know that was there every second of our life was change. It's the only thing. Even in our thoughts, just give you an example, we think 60 to 70,000 thoughts per day, in average. That means more than a thought per second. So even your thoughts, you change all the time. So if we change all the time in the past 10 years and we actually got better, we know more about ourselves, that means that change is actually good. No? Yes. So change is actually making us better. Yes? No, cool. Why?
Well, because I think,
Oh.
often old people say that children, for example, they're so free in thought,
Yeah.
and they just do things that they want to do, and as the older you get, the more you verlernen, the more you
Wow.
don't do it,
Huh?
the more you don't do what you really want to do, but you just behave to the society and to this.
Because that's what we taught as kids, of course.
So in this case, it's maybe not better, but good and bad is anyway relative.
Yeah, subjective completely. It's yeah.
Some change is not good.
If you look at it in a small picture, you can have an accident. Boom, ouch, you can't walk. It sucks. You can't really say it's good. Yet I've met quite a few people that had their own thing in life, me as well. And trust me, I had something way worse than car accident. And if you're actually learning from it, if you actually go into it and see why the hell it happened, there's always a reason. When there's a reason, you find it, you grow, and then you become better. You might not walk, but it's not a must, People handle it all their life. I just saw in Golitz Park just a couple of days ago a man with no hands smoking a cigarette. I was like, wow, shit. So, change is good or not? With time, yes, we don't see it, but if we look at it 10 years, then we can actually see that we actually got better. Yes, could be one hell of a year, could be good year, shit year, whatever, but after 10 years you see that you become better. If not, please raise your hand, please. It's my job. No, okay. So if we got better, change made us better, why are we so afraid of it? Change is making us better. Well, by moving into the unknown, as long as we keep what we want, we get there. Slowly, with time. Okay, I have one last question, then I'll let you be. Promise. Are you tired of living in fear? If you don't, perfect. One less. Are you tired living in fear? This fear of the unknown, of what might happen? No? Okay. It's also okay, I love fear.
Yes.
I deal with it every day. Well, fear is not a must. As you see now, it's not a must. It's a choice. You can be scared of the unknown and you can love the unknown. Now it's just your choice, whatever you do with it. Okay, thank you very much for letting me talk this out. And that's it. If you have any question.
What's your technique? Okay.
My technique, what I do.
This specific, unfamiliar and recognized or untreated area of fear of the unknown. How do you approach?
Well, first of all, I use a lot of paying attention and curiosity when it gets a little bit rougher. And I mean rougher when we meet the stressful moments of fear, anger, anxiety, confusion, frustration, whatever. And what I do is simply I take something, okay, you want to know about the unknown. All this, whatever I talk about, started from one tiny little childish fear, which I had when I was 12. And it was, what if there would be no more sugar in the world? Came out of nowhere, and I still have no clue why. But back then I just started drinking coffee like a year before, coffee, tea as a young kid, you enjoy it. And I was drinking with 3 sugars. I loved sweet back then. And then I decided, because of this fear, I thought well, what it would be like to drink with 2 sugars. Just let's see. And that's my first experiment that I actually did. I just take something that I don't know, you have one way to work. Usually the same S-Bahn, the same U-Bahn, the same bus, the same street you walk, whatever. You can just simply take another way. And by doing something that you before didn't know, it's no big deal, right? Nothing would happen. But you slowly get to know the unknown, and then you have less to fear. I just do always this experiment. If there's a situation in life I don't know what to do, I just do what I never did. Because whatever I did didn't work until today. Let's do something else. Just for the experiment. And bit by bit. It started with sugar in my coffee. 12 years later I landed in Sydney with $120 in my pocket. Deliberately. I want to see what will happen if I have no money. It works. But the first thing, people told me all my life, as a kid, you have to go to school, you have to do this, you have to do this. Everyone has been told, I'm sure, his own thing. And I want to understand what is it actually a must in order to achieve what I want. And I noticed there are 2 things you have to do. 1, want it, you have to. Otherwise, it's gone. And 2, keep breathing. Okay.
I can explain from a neurological point of view.
Yeah.
The mind is creating attachment to certain programs. Those programs giving security, confidence. It's developing from the time that we are being babies, from the time that our brain is very plastic, and we had a whole range of plasticity. And when you're getting adult, those programs are stuck in your brain. You have to release them. You have to somehow, people call the forebrain the Gestapo of the brain.
Yeah.
It's like a certain part of the brain that nothing.
The police.
That's against your programming is not getting inside.
Yeah.
So you have to.
That's pretty much the
somehow
border.
Get through those neurological things.
Well, that's the thing. If you pay attention, if you just take something that bothers you, you'll just realize that you had some kind of belief that says that it doesn't work. Something that holds you back. If you just pay attention to it, give you just I don't know. What is this? God damn it. Size does matter. Let's say this is one of your whatever bothers you. Yes? When you pay attention, you probably know it neurological. You start separating things into energy, smaller things. Then you suddenly have this fear and this fear, it's all connected, and then you have this one, and this one, and this one. And then slowly, then you take this one. Then you make it smaller and smaller and smaller until it becomes energy, and then gone. I can say it from my own experience, my life became boring. Literally. When it comes to money, I find a place, find a partner, well, not a long-time partner, that's my work. But, all the normal issues that most people go stressed about, I'm like, God, this is boring. And because I just made things disappear. Just take fear by fear by fear by fear, just do it for 20 years. That's it. Oh, by the way, if you please spread them around here. This is my main and basic tool. Whenever the mind goes berserk, going stress too much for you, just I just think this. It's okay. You can breathe. Change every by itself. Just a reminder. If you think about remind, okay. One last thing. Remind. To remind is to reset the mind. You just take the mind and you put something else in. Understand? Yeah. Like that. Okay. Thank you very much.